Fuck them all.
Over there.
Looking like chili on the corner.
Yeah.
I got six.
I gotta watch my figure.
A new wardrobe.
I like my wardrobe.
So
Hey,
yours.
hey, pay attention. Look, you. Hey, good student over here. Alright.
He not good, he be bad, he be getting put out.
You gotta tell my whole business.
Alright.
Cameron, just shut up.
Oh, you said don't cut it?
What, big boy?
He was saying,
What, big boy?
So what did we learn yesterday?
Well,
We
we
started
have
substitution.
Substitution elimination. What are we doing when we use substitution?
You plug it
Plugging
in.
in it.
Plug it in.
plug in X.
Pause. What do you do when you use elimination?
Cancel. Y'all got it wrong.
Quick on this. I did that. You know? Alright.
Good job.
Alright, so yesterday I know my instructions weren't very good and everything, so we're gonna try that again, alright? You wanna do it as a class first?
No.
Yeah.
Let's try first.
I'm
You wanna
confused.
try it first?
What are we doing?
Do it.
Same thing we did
Do it
yesterday.
as a class.
You should bring us fried chicken.
I brought y'all Skittles.
When?
Okay, sign up.
There.
It's not for me. I like to take
That's
the
the fun
We can run the
side.
kids.
What is
You
it?
know how much that would cost me?
Hey, I'll
carry cash, remember?
I'll give you that. KFC.
I'll give you my
Hey,
give you $40 right now cash.
I got 60.
I got a debit
Come give me some money.
Huh?
Y'all going? What y'all working
Alright. He's gonna focus now.
If you
Alright?
go to the ATM, I could get you 265.
Here, give me some.
No.
Hey, what color?
Dang.
Ooh, no, it's not. Okay.
Let's see
Pay attention. Alright. Hang on,
I like my boots. My boots probably cost more than all of y'all shoes.
Yes,
Everybody
I don't know about them. They did.
Hurry.
Not me.
I ain't
How
got
much yours cost?
$250.
Mine cost 300. Mine are Doc Martens steel toe. Try again.
Yeah, absolutely retarded.
Alright.
Yours are impractical.
Boots
You
cost
dropped
$300.
Mine did.
Hey,
Mine were
we're gonna focus on math now, okay?
Boots cost $30.
They doing that. Oh,
Yeah, cost some money. Hey, Mr. Martin trying to teach. Yeah, that's students.
We go later.
Later.
Bro, them boots must be waterproof or something. Them boots must be waterproof.
They're not impractical. They're still better.
They are waterproof.
Alright, hey,
They are waterproof.
what I want you guys to do first is fold your paper in half long ways, alright? Long ways, hot dog style, alright? You can keep drawing a pretty picture later. Don't do that. Alright,
Is that okay?
fold in half. Is that long ways?
Stupid, Hans.
You got a fat looking hot dog.
That's hamburger.
I bet. Fold it hot.
Long way.
Hans.
This right here.
Open it up.
Start it again.
Somebody help Hans. What does a hot dog look like?
On.
My
Open it all the way up.
Here.
Open it up.
Open it all the way up.
Excuse me.
This
Behind,
way.
being different
And fold it that way.
Okay.
Not on that.
I'm
Alright.
so scared.
Now at the
I'm
top,
so scared. Please, yes, don't hurt me.
I want everybody to write the exam in.
Yes, you can. If you're man enough. Wait, do we,
Just shut up. Right.
Alright.
Chill! Like, wait, shut your cheese, grandma. You should have stayed there much. He took that water bottle. He said, you got it.
Hans, be quiet.
Can I get a
Scared him.
I can't have
Raise your
anything unless
hand,
you
bro.
be quiet.
I say raise your
On,
hand.
shut up.
Shut him.
Come on. Sir.
You're gonna fold in for the example.
Yeah, put example up there.
Hey, God.
Wait, no, don't fold it. Do it while it's open.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah. Leave it open. Write example up at the top. We got two people in here that have never seen a hot dog before.
King of the oldest.
Dude,
Hans have seen a hot
I know
dog.
what I was saying.
Okay.
It's just the same.
Now,
Hans, if you don't stop, I'm
Now?
gonna shoot your mouth.
I want you guys to fold it again, hamburger style, okay?
Already done.
Hamburger.
Alright?
See how I'm doing it?
Sorry, Justin.
Defense, man.
He gonna spill on him, coach. He gonna hit him in the face.
Yeah, but they get him.
Wait till this class ends.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
The top right one, right substitution. Looks good. You guys know what substitution is.
So you get mad at stupid stuff.
Shut up! For real!
Ding.
You know, good one, most of the kids don't make that card. It is.
Jared, you look like Brady Trump.
Hey.
You so do.
Look at putting this shit. So, do you want us to write
In the top right one, right substitution, and in the bottom right one, right elimination. Alright?
I still have a check that.
How much can you raise your hand, dude? I ain't even kid, y'all so bad.
She's coming back.
Open up your ears, you might hear what's said.
Wait.
Open up your ears.
We gonna do it right here.
Okay, does everybody have substitution written in the top right, and elimination written in the bottom right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna start off writing on the left side. This is where we're gonna come up with our equations, okay? Alright, so I just opened up a bag of Skittles. And I've got 3 yellow ones.
Do we need to write this down?
Not yet. 3 red, 3 orange, 3 purple,
And two greens.
and 2 green.
And 3 orange, 3 purple.
Okay? Now, we don't want to use all the colors for this, okay? We're just going to use 2 of them. Okay? So, what 2 colors do you guys want to use?
Yellow.
Red,
Red and green.
Yellow and green.
Bro, it's red, bro. Red first.
Red and purple, there you go.
Yellow
Alright.
and green.
We're going to use red and green because I don't want to use 2 colors that have the same number, okay?
Already.
Alright?
How about yellow and green? That's what I said. Green and yellow and green.
So, on the left side, I want you guys to write down that we have 3 red and 2 green, okay? Now, on the left, okay? This isn't under substitution yet, this is just on the left side of your paper, okay? Alright? Now, what we want to do is we want to assign a variable to each one, okay? Alright, so what variable do you guys want to assign to our red Skittles?
Y. You want X and Y?
Yes.
You guys let's just do X for this one, okay? So we're gonna say that X is the number of red, okay? And we know that that number is 3, correct? So we know that X equals 3. Okay. So we're gonna say that our green is Y. Okay. Now, what equation can we come up with using 3 and 2?
Oh, I know.
What's one that we came up with yesterday? Yes. X plus Y equals 5. We're going to start out and we're going to say that 3 plus 2 equals 5, all right? Just because I want you guys to see where the x and y come from, okay? So we know that 3 plus 2 is 5, okay? We know that x is equal to 3, because x is the number of reds that we have, right? So instead of 3, we put x, and 2 is y, because y equals 2, y is the number of green ones that we have, right?
Yeah.
So plus 2, or, I'm sorry, plus y equals 5, okay? Okay, so x plus y equals 5 is our first equation, okay? Can anybody come up with a second equation using 3 and 2? Let's just use the numbers first, okay? We don't have to use x and y yet.
3 minus 2.
3 minus 2. So we know that 3 minus 2 equals 1, okay? Now, how do we write this using our x and y? X minus y
Equals 1.
Okay. Does everybody know how we got these two equations?
Yeah.
All right? So, our system of equations, we created ourselves, is going to be x plus y equals 5, and x minus y equals 1. Okay? Those are our two equations. These are not our equations. Those are using the numbers, okay? Our equations are the ones where we have the variables. All right? So, does everybody have that written on the left side of their paper? Okay. Make sure that you know that these two are your systems. Okay? Give you guys a couple more seconds to write that down. Okay. Now we're going to move over to the right side, okay? All right, we have those two equations. To do substitution, what do we do?
Plug it in.
Okay, do we have anything that we can plug in yet? We don't, okay? So with one of these equations, we have to get either x or y by itself, okay? So which equation do you guys want to mess with? The top one? Okay, so let's look at x plus y equals 5. Okay, you want to get x or y by itself? You guys want to get x by itself? Okay. How do we get x by itself? So how do we get y off of the left side? Subtract y. Does everybody see that? So when we subtract y from both sides, we get x is equal to 5 minus 0 minus y. Okay, so now we know that x is equal to 5 minus y. Now that we know that, can we use substitution? Can we plug this in anywhere? We can. Okay, we know what x equals. So if we plug x up here, we're going to have one variable, okay? So let's write that top one again. top one to come up with that, so let's use the bottom one. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, so x minus y equals 1, and x equals 5 minus y. Okay? We now know what x equals, okay? So we can plug this x up in there. Okay, so when we plug x up in there, we get 5 minus y, because that's this, minus y is equal to 1, okay? So what do we do now? Now we're going to solve for y, right? How do we solve for y? Okay, first we add our y's together. 5 plus 2y equals 1. Now what do we do?
You subtract 5.
Subtract 5 from both sides, right? Minus 5. Get 5 minus 5 is 0. 2y. What's 1 minus 5? Negative 4. Now what do we do to solve for y?
Divide 2 and then
Okay, you divide 2 from both sides. Very good. Divide 2 on the left. Divide 2 on the right. Our 2's cancel. And we get y equals, what's negative 4 divided by 2?
-2.
Alright, very good. So now we know what y equals, so how do we get x? We plug it in, okay? So which one do you guys want to plug it into? The top one? Okay. So I'm going to come back over here, and I get x plus y equals 5, and y equals -2. So we can plug y in, and we get x minus 2 equals 5. So what do we do to get x by itself? Add 2 to both sides. And x equals 7. Okay, very good. Okay, does everybody have that? X equals 7, y equals -2. Okay? Get that over here. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys about 1 more minute. Is everybody good? Okay. Now under elimination, we're going to solve it again, but we're going to use our other method, okay? So what do we do when we use elimination? We cancel, okay? What are we canceling? We're canceling one of the variables, right? Okay. So the way we have it right now, can we cancel out those variables? Yes, we can cancel x, okay? And how do we cancel the x's out? We subtract, right? So what we want to do is we want to subtract this equation from that equation, okay? So when we subtract, what is x minus x? 0x. Fonzie, you writing this down?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure that you are. So we're going to do an activity in a minute, okay? Alright, what is 1y minus a negative y? Remember, we're subtracting by a negative, so what do? 2y, very good. Because when we subtract by a negative, we add. You what?
Is this elimination?
This is elimination, guys. This goes down under elimination. Yes, sir. Okay. We got plus 2y. What's 5 minus 1? 4. Okay, remember guys, this subtraction carries all the way through. Alright? So we have 2y equals 4. Now how do we solve for y? What's 2y divided by 2? 1. 1 what? 2. 2y divided by 2. 1y. Very good.
2y divided by 2.
Yeah, 1y
You had 8 divided by 2.
equals 2.
No, you had, oh, wait.
Yeah, 2y up there.
Okay.
Okay? Now did we get y equals 2 for the first one? Okay, so now how do we get x? Plug it back in, right? Which one do you guys want to plug it into? The top one? You want to do the bottom one? The top? Okay. So we have x plus y equals 5. We know that y equals 2, right?
Right.
So we plug 2 in for y, because our y's are the same. We get x plus 2 equals 5. Okay? Subtract 2 from both sides. We get x equals 3. Is that the same as what we got when we used substitution?
Yes.
Okay, I was about to say, there wasn't nothing wrong. Okay, so you guys see how we're doing that now? You guys all have that in your notes? Okay, so if I give you each a bag of skills right now and have you do the same thing, can you do it on your own?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do though, is I'm gonna put you guys in new groups, okay? I'm gonna number you guys off, alright? 1, 3. What comes after 1?
The headphones out.
2. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 4. We'll start. 1, 3. 3. There'll be 1 once he wakes up. 3. Okay? You're a 1, okay? I want my 1's over there at that table, my 2's here, and my 3's here.
I'm a 3.
Hey, buddy. Can I be in a different group, please?
No?
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, Randy.
Wait, where am I supposed to be again?
What number were you?
Yeah, you three too.
That part there. Don't wait, Greg.
Yeah, look ahead.
He on the kill.
Alright guys, get to your seats, we gotta get started, alright? No, don't eat them yet. I gotta get you guys one piece of paper.
Let me touch one.
Don't eat them, Vaughn. Are you eating?
No.
I'll think about it.
All right. Write down the number of each color you have first, and then you can eat it.
I have 5 colors.
That's yellow. Right now.
Let me have your skills. What do that? Write down.
Write how many of each color you have on a different sheet of paper, though. 'Cause we're gonna trade these and have somebody else solve.
And I read on the notes one. I read on the notes one.
Guys, write the number you have on your notes, all right? And then we're gonna write our equations and everything on the piece of paper.
No, you're supposed to lay them out on the desk.
So write the number you have on your notes, and we're gonna come up with our equations on a new sheet.
Kind of like my girl. So what I need to shoot like shot. Yeah.
What you talking about?
You have to count first.
Nope, do it for me. What you say, you?
Just know how to do something.
On your notes. Guys, on the paper you wrote your notes on is the paper you're gonna write the number of each color you have, okay?
Tom, we didn't tell me. We didn't. We don't know each color? No, you didn't.
What? Every color.
Every color.
And then in a minute, you're gonna choose 2 colors like what we did on the board, and you're gonna set up the equations. Okay?
Mine will be hard.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Okay? Does everybody have those written down?
Okay, no problem.
All written down?
There.
Guys, once you have those numbers written down, you can eat those Skittles. But I don't want them back. Okay?
Just for a bird.
Yep.
Your bird.
How many colors?
Touch my skills if y'all want.
Watch.
Girl, please talk to
Okay? You guys remember how we set up our equations on the left-hand side of your notes? Let's sit down and focus, guys, alright? Alright.
He took your ring.
You guys remember how we set up our equations on the left?
On a slick, yes, sir.
Okay. You're gonna do that by yourself now.
Do what by
You're gonna set up those equations. You remember on the left side of our notes?
No, you are.
I don't like it.
Hey, you want to trade later, alright? We're gonna use this right now.
Later it's gonna be
No,
gone.
we'll use 2.
So what?
The ugly ones like them pretty much.
Guys, just pick 2 colors like what we did as a class. Now do this on your new piece of paper that I gave you. Your equations are gonna go on your new one. I just don't want any numbers on it, alright?
Yeah, my family is free. Yes.
You wanna get it over here?
Like Shaq took shoes.
He asked me if I think my family.
X
Yes, of course I think my family.
Y.
That was not
I mean, it's not really something that- Y'all know, it's my
He
favorite.
said no numbers. So, like X plus Y.
That's fine. I don't want you to put numbers on there
Write the numbers right
instead
there.
of that.
That's your notes. I mean, you're right. You didn't-
How you gonna know what's closing that?
Thank you.
We're setting up an equation, so you use it on no cash for you guys.
Thank you, Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Martin.
You guys are very welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Skinners.
Who just said niggers on the screen? I did too.
Alright, you guys have 2 more minutes to set up those equations, alright?
I'll take forever.
Forever? It took us like 1 minute as a class, come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
3 to you. Yeah, I'm on.
Wait for everybody else to catch up. Just put your 2 equations in. That's one of them. What was the other one we did?
That's right. Well, that shit is. You got two different tastes.
Let me try one, see.
He's hungry.
How do we go with the
Come on, Hans, let's get our 2 equations.
What?
I don't know how to solve an invisible equation yet. They haven't taught me that. You're not reading about it. I'm not, unless I have the. Yeah, just open for it, to the light.
I don't know. I can't do it.
Huh? You can't ask me for any skills if you don't have your equations down.
Okay,
That
now
doesn't
more
make any
skills.
sense.
Now more skills, I got mine down.
I'll think about it. If we get everything done, I might think about it.
Mr. Marshall, can you come here on your two?
Yeah, what's up?
We got 3 groups.
Is this good enough?
Oh, more skills.
Yes. Where's this? For life. Spartan Park.
Here you go.
You okay with that? Gonna be cool. Still my 2 points.
Laser musket.
Give me your 5 steals.
Yeah.
6, 7 assists, and I'm straight. Uh-huh.
Hey guys, settle down, alright?
If I'm open on pull that thing.
That needs real thing.